Yo, Nothing's Normal podcast. It's your host, Spinanks, back at you with another episode, man. I got Unc in there with me, man. Lately, this last couple weeks, this has been like the Nothing's Normal Unc edition, man. All my uncles popping out. I'm just happy, they gracing their presence with Neff and them, man. I can respect that. I say a lot about myself that, a lot of these guys that come up in the 90s and the 80s, they coming to sit down with, a young millennial. So I appreciate that. But with that being said, man, who we got to the left, man?
Okay. I go by the name of Money Mike.
I go by the name of Mainoevent.
Maino.
And we got the NuttinButLuv podcast right now that's brewing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to Nothing But Love. I've been checking them out.
Yes,
Check it out on YouTube.
Yes,
definitely. It give me that authentic feel too. It give me I don't really want to shout out no other platforms, but it remind me of it's high grade stuff. I like how they coming.
Okay.
Right.
I like the setup.
Right.
I like the topics, and
right.
I like man.
Yeah.
My man, we got a lot of history. I'm
question. We're gonna get to that.
Before I was,
For sure.
So for sure. Okay, so over here, Nothing's Normal. We like to give the viewers, the past is important as much as we like to, get over it.
Right.
But we like to start at page 1, man. So where you from, man?
So originally, I'm from the Bronx, born and raised in the Bronx, and I moved to Mt.Vernon, and I've been in Mt.Vernon ever since. So I got both sides of the rep. 1 minute I'm Bronx, next minute I'm Mt.Vernon. I'm both. I claim both at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
That give you if you go from the Bronx to the Ville.
Yeah.
That ain't too much different.
Yeah. Back then, especially back then. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So originally, I was born in the Bronx too. I came up to Mt.Vernon when I was like, I'll say about 7 years old. So basically, my whole life was in Mt.Vernon. Went to the high school, went to the middle schools and stuff like that.
For sure.
I'm from the Plaza. You know what I'm saying? In the north side.
Yeah.
Shout out PNLY. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Okay. That's dope, man. So Mt.Vernon, stand up. Bronx too. What people don't know about me is my family originated out the Bronx. Like I said, for me, Greenberg don't really start until my mom and my uncle. So it's a lot of I grew up in the Bronx too, coming up. My first babysitter was in the Bronx, so
what part of the Bronx is that?
The Bronx is I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't even remember.
I remember you told me behind the scenes at Melrose, right?
Melrose. So my family. I never been to Melrose.
Okay.
My family is from Melrose on both sides.
Grandmother
and grandfather.
Okay.
Nana.
Right.
So Melrose. I might walk down the street. Is Melrose even still? They be knocking shit down.
Isn't Carlton Hines from Melrose the basketball playing dude back in the day?
I'm not sure.
Remember Carlton
Hines is
the old school dude.
Yeah.
He was supposed to go to the league, but he sold drugs and stuff like that. But he ended up getting
I ain't
killed.
gonna lie to you. I be trying to avoid the Bronx nowadays. There's a lot going on, man. It get younger, man. You get killed at Toys R Us in the Bronx.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So,
it's getting crazy out here, man.
Safety first.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Bronx is a little wild. South, especially South Bronx. South Bronx.
Yeah, listen. Shout out to Terror Squad. And guys, man.
But, shout out to Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
Yeah. South Bronx is a little crazy right now.
So growing up, man, what was the home situation like? Mom, dad, grandma, auntie, uncle?
Me, I had both parents.
Oh, great.
Both parents' household. I'm fully 100% Jamaican. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
So strict, pops is strict. My mom's kept me she wanted me to be Americanized, so she didn't push the Jamaican culture on me. Yeah. So a lot of people get confused. They don't even know I'm Jamaican.
Nah, I had no
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like you from 13 for something.
Yeah. So 2-parent household pretty much my whole life, and that's just what it is. Man.
Yeah, I grew up in a single parent household. My pops got locked up when I was young, caught a body or whatever. So most of my childhood he was gone. He came on when I was maybe about, I'd say, 26, 27.
Wow.
So he did 27 years straight.
Wow.
He came home or whatever. So it was basically just me, my sister, and my mom's.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So she raised me and stuff like that. Yeah.
Did you keep in contact with him while he did his prison sentence?
Yeah, I would say the first 15 years, my mom's was good with it, bringing me up there. But then they kind of fell out, you know what I mean? His last 10, 12 years. So, I was still checking him and stuff like that. We still got a relationship, but he had ended up going back. So he's back in there.
He's back in there.
Yeah, because he came home for a few years. He just couldn't adapt to it. You
it's
know
hard.
what I mean?
Yeah.
The world and stuff.
Yeah,
so he
hard.
did something else.
26, you said?
He did actually did 27. So he came out when I was 27.
Wow.
And then he stayed out for 6-7 years and then went back in for another 25 or something.
Really?
Yeah. So he's in He got about another 6 more years, and he might be out 5-6 more years to be out.
Wow, that's
Free
crazy.
Maino dad. Man.
Yeah, for sure.
He in
for
Green
sure.
Haven. He in Green Haven right now.
Wow.
Oh, he the max.
That's crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know a couple guys that's in Green Haven, some solid cats.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so at some point, you know, growing up, one thing we know about Mt. Vernon, especially y'all era, you know, Mt. Vernon, it was wild. A lot of people like to credit, you know, our generation. You know, I'm born in '89,
Right.
and you know, I feel like, you know, every generation is active, but I feel like, you know, we carbon copies of what y'all had going on. I just feel like it served more of a purpose when y'all was coming up. I feel like y'all was more about, you know, getting money.
Right.
Whereas though now it seemed like violence is like a sport. Like it's not even about
right.
what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's no purpose behind it. It's
Yeah.
just
It's the generation. It's a different time.
It's scary.
Different. Like this generation is not really about the bread. It's just like you said, it's the violence.
That's
Whereas
just
when we
sport.
came up, the goal was the money, get the nice car. You got the money, you get the ladies. You know what I'm saying? That was the goal. The nice clothes. That was the goal always when we came up. You know what I'm saying?
So take us through that. Like as far as Mt. Vernon like how was Mt. Vernon back in the '90s, man? Like what was it? I know a lot of money, a lot of
the
cars.
'90s, Mt. Vernon was crazy in Mt. Vernon. You know what I'm saying? It's like any other hood. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there doing their thing. One thing about Mt. Vernon, like I said, like everybody, like people would beef in Mt. Vernon in the town, but like if you go somewhere else, they were sticking together.
That's love.
You know what I'm saying? So like everybody in like from Westchester, they know that like if a Mt. Vernon nigga somewhere, you know what I'm saying, there's other Mt. Vernon niggas gonna stick together, but they could probably hate each other in the town, but when they out somewhere, it's like it's up. You know what I mean? So. That's one of the things. Just being fly, you know what I'm saying? Like me and him, we were a little bit different because we kind of like took it past the Westchester thing. We started going past 241st, Harlem, messing with it. You know, we're not the only ones, but I'm just saying we are one of the ones that took it past, you know, on another level. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? For the most part, just a beautiful town, man. You know what I'm saying? Bumps and bruises like everybody else.
I want to point something out about Mt. Vernon. So I came there in '88. So when I came in '88. Like 3rd Street was incredible. 3rd Street was like 125th Street in Mt. Vernon. So like every block is live. Like, you know, you going up and down 3rd Street, you car show, people, girls, all that. So if you came through Mt. Vernon and you had a car, you wanted to breeze through 3rd Street to see what was going on. Now, not being from Mt. Vernon, I'm not saying pull over because you might have a problem. You're not from Mt. Vernon.
Don't
Back
stop
there,
that stop sign.
You might have.
You
Pull over, they jumping you, all that. That was the era. You know what I'm saying?
I was waiting for one of y'all to say it. Like Mt. Vernon is like Eastchester,
hell no.
Nah.
You talk about
yeah,
Mt.
3rd
Vernon.
Street was real.
That's why they call it Murderville.
Yeah.
Bingo. And for a lot of Mt. Vernon and Yonkers, I mean, shout out to, you know, we from the Burg.
Right.
We have a Burg. We have the 9 down, but I feel like Mt. Vernon and Yonkers played a huge part in as far as, you know, the urban culture, as far as putting on for the county. Like a lot of people in the city only know about Mt. Vernon and Yonkers.
Right.
You know, so,
I mean, because of the rap thing.
Absolutely.
The rap thing.
That's another thing. There's a lot of legends from over there. So, you know, being from Mt. Vernon, you ever bumped into, you know, you got the heavy
and that was another thing. So I came to Mt. Vernon in '88. So right before I came to Mt. Vernon, when I was in the Bronx, you know, Heavy D came out, and I guess, like you said, Mt. Vernon and the Bronx are so close. We was happy for Bronx people, like, cause he was right there. So it was like, yo, like he's a part of us. Like, so a lot of Bronx people, North Bronx people, like embraced because Mt. Vernon is right there.
Rest in peace.
So when I came to Mt. Vernon, shout out to my man Joe Black, one of the first older dudes I met. He's with that whole clique. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to D.O., D-Nice, Howie, that whole Heavy D circle. You know what I'm saying? So I was very fortunate to be around those dudes early in the game, going to the record labels, going to the parties and stuff like that because of Joe Black. Me and Joe Black look alike. We favored each other, and he took a liking to me. So, you know, I'm hanging around all these older dudes. They're like 6-7 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually in 8th grade, 9th grade, hanging out with them. They're out of school. So a lot of people thought I was older and I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it was. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Did you ever rub you too, man? You know, same thing for you. You ever rub shoulders when these guys? You know, you got Denzel.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. So in the Plaza, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nick T from the Plaza. He used to be with Heavy D. D.O., you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people like frequent on the north side, like they go, like we had the parks over there, we had the swimming pools and everything like that. So a lot of celebrities come over there, you know what I'm saying? We know Pete Rock, you know what I mean, CL, you know what I mean, you have
and his block was known for the pool parties. Like they had the chicks and the pool parties.
my
like
sister used to
epic,
go pool parties.
epic
Shout
pool
out to my
parties.
sister Martha.
Epic.
Yeah,
Epic,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like Mike Tyson come out to the joint and all that.
Yeah,
like
yeah, epic pool
celebrities,
parties.
niggas from Harlem, you know, Get Money niggas, Brooklyn,
Right.
niggas, whatever, they all come up. You know what I'm saying? Because my sister was like in the mix back then, so she was definitely somebody.
You had to be, because that's why I like, you know, these be my favorite interviews, guys like y'all, guys with, you know, some history on the land. Because I just feel like when it comes to the culture, it all starts in the street. Like, as far as like the sauce, it's made in the street. You can't buy this sauce nowhere else.
That's facts.
Absolutely.
So it's like these, you know, events that we go through, self-inflicted, some not, you know, as far as making that choice to put a foot in the street, to step off the curb, it molds you. And then I feel like what you learn out there, you could apply it anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's dope.
And I knew P Rock Seal Smooth. P's my man.
Right.
So early.
Good guy. Shout out to P Rock.
Yeah, shout out to P Rock. Got cool with Pete. So I seen the whole process with Pete. I remember when Pete was, you know, he was on BLS. Right. That was big for the town. Like he shouting people out on the radio. And then he started doing tracks. I think one of his first tracks he did was Don't Curse.
Okay.
For Heavy D. That was a major track for him. And that track was his introduction to rapping.
Right.
You know, he rapped on Don't Curse. It was like Big Daddy Kane Mad, people on Don't Curse. Q-Tip, everybody. Okay. So that was his introduction to rap. And then he came out in 92 with the album, the EP, you know, The Creator and another song. Then the next year he comes out with Reminisce. So I seen that whole process, and me and him is actually cool. I mean, I knew CL, but me and Pete, like I went to the rink with Pete, you know, back in the day. The rink is a skating rink in Jersey.
In Teaneck, New Jersey.
So it's just like Skate Key in the Bronx on Allison.
We wasn't going, we had our own skating in Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, we wasn't, so nah.
Right, so Skate Key was like epic for the Bronx, like epic. That was an epic time. Everybody went
Westchester,
there from Harlem
Bronx,
and all that. But the rink was like
it was Harlem, but it was like a celebrity too. Also,
right?
Like celebrities be there,
and it was 4 times bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was in Jersey.
And all the real getting money niggas was like,
if you get money, you going to Jersey. Like that's a different league.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So your opinion, the parties back then was more fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I be hearing stories. You see, you know, you watch Paid in Full. You see the joint.
Yeah.
There's no real.
We didn't really get that vibe.
There's no real.
Oh yeah, y'all missed that.
Right now.
Yeah, your era missed that.
Yeah.
Cubans, the
like you go there fly, you go there to meet the girl, you go there to buy bottles, you know what I'm saying? Everybody looking good, everybody, you know what I mean, smelling good.
But
the women is there, but like that's different now. Everybody want to shoot, they want to slam down, they want to beat each other up and do all kind of violence. It's like where the girls at? Where the money at? You know
let's back it up. From 88 to I'ma say about 93 for what I witnessed.
Right.
You could go to Harlem, double park and chill. That's a party.
Really?
Straight up.
Okay.
Any of those blocks.
Any block in Harlem, 145th, 143rd. 125th was a movie.
Movie.
You understand what I'm saying? So 90, 91, 92.
Everything you see in the pictures is exactly how it was.
You can double park.
Minx dragging to the
chill.
floor, Gucci,
That's
MCM.
what I love about y'all era. Because, you know, we wasn't big city guys. Like maybe Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Right.
Maybe
Fordham Road.
Yeah.
We was
Fordham Road was big.
Fordham
Road was big.
Yeah, back go get some ball, Sherman, you know, the Heights, go and get some weed, then we take a trip back.
Yeah.
Or, you know, guys read the dust spots and shit like that. I'm aware of, but like that shit you talking about pulling up, jumping out. Now back in them days, was it because you just be, you know, average brother Finland and do that, or you had to be tied in?
I'm glad.
You know, like with anything, you got to be tied in. You just can't pop out on nigga block. You know what I mean?
Pulling up. How you doing?
So I'm glad you brought that up. So let's keep it real. So 90, 91, 92, 93, you going downtown. Sure. First of all, if you wearing jewelry, a mean leather coat, you're a target to get robbed. If you not running with some official niggas,
right?
You're a target.
There we go.
You're a target.
That's a fact.
So now, if you got like a nice coat, whatever, when you go downtown, you going with some official niggas.
Of course,
So
you
niggas
better.
don't run up on you or like you
Yeah.
you get robbed right there. I seen niggas get robbed on 145th at KB Com. KB
That
Com.
was crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. So
Yes. A lot of shooters out there.
yeah, so that's just what it is. And that's anywhere, the Bronx, anywhere you go, that's the era where if you was fly, you was a target.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a gift and a curse. If you was fly, you stood out, niggas remember you, but then you a target.
Yeah.
If you ain't running with some official niggas.
Well, how was it for Westchester? Because, you know, they stigma on us was always, from my recollection, I'm only speaking from, like, I'm born 89, so yes.
Okay.
When y'all up there driving, posting
right.
up, I'm in daycare, you know, waiting for my snack. Yeah.
I think
How was it for Westchester?
I think when I came in '88, Mt.Vernon had beef with New Rochelle.
Oh, wait. Okay, so that's way back?
Yeah, that's way
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
They
It's
always
always
had beef
beef.
with New Rochelle.
It's always beef.
Always
Yeah.
had beef with New Rochelle.
It's always-
Young,
It wasn't deadly though. It was just like sports.
Yeah.
But then it went into more
Yonkers,
shit. You know what I mean?
Yonkers was cool to a degree. The beef was off and on with Yonkers. Wasn't nothing really personal in Yonkers. White Plains was like a safe haven.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, coming to White Plains back then. It was a safe haven. It was cool. You
We used
good.
to come up here and boost, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going to Galleria,
Yeah,
you know what I
people,
mean?
right,
Hit the
boosted
JC
in.
Penney, you know what I mean? Hit all that shit, you know what I mean?
Come get a
Like
couple
go
of women.
crazy, like, you know what I mean?
Back then, I feel like women like, you know, the get money guys.
That was an
Yeah.
easy Vic.
Yo.
Yeah, that was an easy
That's
Vic.
later.
That's what it was about.
I'm
you know
gonna
what
go
I'm
so
saying?
far back.
And it was shooters are always here, but
Yeah.
the shooters was for hire, like
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
It wasn't,
had
you
to
know what I
serve
mean?
a purpose.
Yeah, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
man,
So
remember the Galleria. So the Galleria
There was a
had
club in the Galleria, I heard.
A&S. Remember that? A&S was like a department store.
Abraham and Strauss.
Yeah, Abraham. That's
See,
before
I know
Macy's.
about Sears.
That's
Yeah.
before, right? Sears was on this side. On the other side, where Macy's was at was
A&S.
A&S.
A&S, yeah.
It was a department store,
Yeah.
official
and then
joint.
Macy's
Yeah.
came,
Yeah. Then Macy's came. Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. I was a Galleria
Remember
head.
A&S?
Yeah, I was a Galleria head. So
Yeah.
I was at the Galleria where they had the stands. You could sit in the stands
Okay.
And when
on each floor.
yup.
Remember that? You remember that?
But
We used
you
to
know
come
what it is? We was see how y'all got, we had issues. I'm from Greenberg, so we had issues. So like the
right.
Galleria was very, you know,
Kinda off
either in
limits,
and out or
right.
was
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get a chance to do too much sightseeing.
Okay.
I'm gonna get this saw cool real quick.
Yeah.
Keep it 100. And that was like the arena too.
Okay.
You know, a lot of this that's going on here came from the Galleria.
Okay, got you.
So
you.
you
Okay.
know, that was like y'all knew what I mean, like y'all trying to go to New Rock.
Yeah.
Oh,
New Rock
okay.
wasn't around. Was New Rock around?
It-
for
it
y'all?
No, New
it-
Rock
it-
wasn't.
it was
not
the
thing.
mall.
It was the mall. It wasn't New Rock.
This-
They,
Yeah,
so
it
New
was New
Rochelle,
Rochelle Mall, yeah.
New Rochelle Mall, they had a skating rink,
Okay.
right? And then so that's right in front of the mall. And then their mall, the biggest thing in the mall was a sneaker store called Sports Stuff.
Okay.
Shout out to Marco Polo. He was like one of the only black dudes that worked in the sneaker store. So yeah. And then Macy's is a part of that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you went up there to Macy's to get the clothes, and you want to get some sneakers, you go to Sports Stuff
Right.
in the mall. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That's
So
fine.
yeah. Because there was no Bay Plaza back then.
Yeah, I remember.
Really?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
coming to White
yeah.
Plains. I remember Mustafa.
Oh,
Back
shout out
in
to
the
Uncle
days,
Fly,
Body,
man.
Body,
Oh, yeah,
Rock,
shout out to
Body,
Mustafa.
Body,
That's one of
Body
them.
Rise.
That's one of them.
Yeah,
Remember them? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So that's like my era. Like when we come up here, them niggas like he was like holding it down for up here. You know what
Shout out
I'm
to
saying?
Style.
So-
that mean a lot.
And also,
that's the name that really ring bells.
shout
up
out
here.
to Slick Rick.
Rest in peace to my
Slick
pops, man.
Rick
Right,
was
right.
official.
That's not
like,
my
official.
biological father, but that's
Okay.
my right hand man.
Yeah, I heard him.
Pops.
I never got a chance to meet
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He. And
Yeah.
one thing about Slick or Stone,
Yeah.
he used to always tell us, when we was kids, y'all keep going from Greenberg to White. We was moving around. My
Yeah.
era, we was going downtown, man.
Right.
We was hitting the tunnel. We was hitting this and that. Like, you know, you hear about Don Diva magazines.
Right.
you know,
And that's
some
what
of
we were doing.
Yeah.
That's why we were
right.
a little bit different
Right,
because
right.
you know what I'm saying. We always
Right.
kept it down in the Bronx, kept it down in the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come back up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just like was all like I always been flying. I'm not too my own
He
my
likes
nose,
it,
but
too.
Right.
yeah,
Beard,
but
gray.
for anybody that know me from the town, I'm like one of the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
real
yeah,
talk.
yeah.
Like always cars,
Right.
fly, jewelry, everything.
Right.
So niggas know when they see it, they know what it is. And still to this day, still doing what I'm doing.
Maino.
But
Was you Maino back then?
yeah, well, actually, 2-5 gave me that name, Maino.
Rest in peace,
Yeah.
2-5.
Yeah, my name is Tremaine, but back he was like, yo, we got a name for you, bro. I'm like, all right, well, give me a name tonight. So you know what? Maino. Give you Maino. And that was like, I'll say he gave me that name in he gave me that name. I say he gave me that name in like 94, maybe?
94, okay.
94? I got that name?
That's KK era?
Yeah.
That's KK.
That's KK era, yeah. So
that's
yeah,
KK,
he gave me that name or
2-5,
whatever.
one of our urban
Yeah.
legends, man.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
for
care
sure.
who
My
you
name
are,
and shit.
Yeah.
Word.
you gonna hear about it.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
His presence, he really.
Yeah.
He
That was
could
my
have made
brother,
it.
man.
I
Yeah,
feel like
talk.
he would have, you know, rest in peace. He would have been. He'd have been in the industry somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Whether he-
absolutely.
By
Yeah.
force or by,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
however he had to do it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
And Puff,
But they loved
Puff
him,
loved
though.
him.
They loved
Yeah.
him, man.
Puff
so,
loved him.
So he would have
Straight
been,
up.
I heard
yeah.
Puff love.
Oh,
Yeah,
Puff
yeah.
love Five.
Yeah, she's
Like
coming to give tickets
anywhere,
to it,
anywhere
on
he see
tour.
Five, yo, come on.
Yeah.
Whoever
Yeah, he
you
went
with,
on
come
tour
on.
with him and
Yeah.
stuff like that. He
I
got
seen
thrown
it.
off the tour though because
Yeah.
some shit with Mace, but you know, other than that, it was
Yeah,
like, you know.
yeah.
When I think
Actually, Brandy.
when I think of 2-5, I think of like, not to make the comparison, but a namesake. I do think of like a Haitian Jack. Like
Absolutely.
As far as 914,
Yes.
There's certain names that, you know, 2-5, I can say as far as the 9, when you
Yeah.
talk about like, you know, just what
Yeah.
the culture represents.
Right.
I don't know if it goes past him. Not saying he, you know, he's the most.
I can give you more of a better. You kind of right with that,
It
but more
ain't
so when he passed, the mediation passed. He was like the only person that could mediate something with all the towns. Basically.
Yeah, I'm watching.
You know what I'm saying? Like he could go
somewhere.
somewhere and it'll be a problem with something, and somebody wouldn't do something just because of
Yeah.
if he said like, yo, my nigga,
100%.
let that go or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a
You
good
know,
comparison,
That's how.
though.
So that was a good one. But he's like a
I'm a
good
student.
mediator.
Yeah, Haitian Jack and all that. That
absolutely.
was that was good.
5 was that
Yeah.
for us. I'm
Yeah.
hearing
Oh, he
about-
definitely was.
I'm hearing about 5, 2-5, 2-5,
Yeah.
2-5.
Yeah.
Then when you see him shirt off,
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in the physical, never met him.
And-
I'm a
and-
kid seeing him interact with, you know,
Yeah.
some of our.
But he wasn't always
and-
big. He
some-
was skinny.
so-
He was skinny at one time. He
and-
grew into that.
and-
Like
and-
the
and-
Shout
times
out
you
to
seen
Bloody
him.
too.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had him doing the pull-ups. My
Yeah,
son
yeah.
gave raises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those DVDs.
Yes.
I come from that school.
Yeah.
And a lot of people used to be fooled by Five because if he got clothes on, he looks a very calm guy, and you'll be fooled by that because he snaps in a second,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I heard.
it just tramdemonium. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know you got a name when they hear about you in the house. Like guys who don't come outside.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
you know, just salute to 5.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
he's just one of those dudes that had a lot of love. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
For sure.
People loved him, loved his style.
For sure.
You know, he had swag. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
For
that's
sure.
just what it was. And he was fly. You know what I'm saying? So
So
and on top of it.
how long have y'all known? Since we on the topic of 5, like how was he coming up? Were y'all older than 5, younger than 5, same age?
Same age.
Same
All of
age.
He
us.
was same
I mean,
age. So
he like a year
I
older.
always knew 5, but I wasn't really cool with 5 until I came home from up north or whatever. And that was back in, I think it was 93. I came home 94 or whatever. So that's when we started, you know what I mean, really hanging, you know what I'm saying, and being cool. So I always knew him.
Yeah, of
but
course.
like I said, I'm from the north side, so I ain't
Right.
really fraternized too much on the south
Now,
side.
Vernon
like that.
segregated.
Yeah,
Very.
exactly. So, you know what I mean? If anything, it was like, you know, we really wasn't too crazy going over there and messing with niggas. So, you know, but then we ended up getting cool. And then that just opened up like the bridge to like a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? Me and his relationship, you know what I'm saying, on both ends, you know what I'm saying? So, that's how that was.
As far as with me, I went to high school with 5.
Okay.
So I know him from high school, and then we had a mutual friend. He hung out with B.I. and I hung out with B.I. So that brought us together. Plus Joe Black.
Okay.
Joe Black was his man. Joe Black is my man. So we had a lot of mutual friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So one thing about, there was certain people, like what Maino said, that went past 241st. So these names that we're naming, we went past 241st. So go to the Bronx, go to Schuylkill, go to Harlem and stuff like that. So certain dudes from Mt.Vernon that's leaving the town, partying, we had common interests, shopping and partying.
Right.
So when it comes to a party, like you'll see, we might not hang together every day,
Right.
but on a party tip, oh, you going to the tunnel, you going here, we'll get up to go partying or shopping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We might have not hung together every day, but when it came to shopping and partying, we did that together. And 5 is involved in that circle with me and other people. You know what I mean?
So how, when y'all, let's just say, what night was like tunnel night? What days was the tunnel?
Sunday.
That was Sunday.
Okay, so
Sunday.
that's Sunday. So Sunday
Right.
night, due to the fact that y'all moving around and y'all spreading out geographically,
Right.
when y'all go into the tunnel in these areas, are y'all with y'all city guys or y'all with y'all
Well-
Mount Vernon guys? Was it a variety of a crew when
Well-
y'all went out to the tunnel and all these other areas?
It was a mix of both.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a
Everybody
lot
don't
of
mix.
times.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
always
yeah,
introduce
yeah,
That's a
your
fact.
friends.
No, that's a
With your
fact.
friends from
Absolutely.
Atlanta. I learned that the
We
hard
definitely
way.
had the Mt. Vernon love. A lot of Mt. Vernon cats come down. You know, shout out to the YGs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely
Shout out
represented
to
from
them.
Mount
That's
Vernon.
Crow and
You
them,
know what I'm
right?
saying? And
Right,
yeah,
Crow.
Crow and them,
Yeah.
you know,
Tom
they
Guest,
put
Kenny
in that
Guest.
work.
Names,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So they definitely was in the building, you know, in a lot of the spots that we would frequent
course.
and stuff like that. And along with the love, and it, like when we say that we like left 241st Street, it was like we left 241st Street, but we were known in those towns.
Yeah.
So almost like as if we were from there but wasn't there.
Yeah,
Like you wouldn't even, like you wouldn't even have known we wasn't from there. Like you know what I'm saying? That's how like connected we was with down in Harlem and the Bronx and all that. So you know, so it wasn't like we just left. We left down and then like you wouldn't even know. Like we blended in like you wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? So that's just the connection we built down there.
So like for me, when we talking about the tunnel and clubs, so I got a double advantage. I'm from the Bronx, so I'm a city dude. So the Bronx niggas.
Where at in the Bronx? Not to cut you off before we get into that.
What do you mean?
Where at in the Bronx was you living at? Where you from?
So I'm originally from Edenwald Projects.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
So being from Edenwald,
you said that. Right.
being from Edenwald, I'm cool with niggas from Boston Road, the Valley, Co-op, Gun Hill Road. So all uptown North Bronx dudes know me. You understand what I'm saying?
Guys from there.
So now these dudes, important dudes from Boston Road, stuff like that, they're moving around downtown. So now when I go downtown, I see them and friends of friends, and my whole clientele is going up of who I know. So I know Westchester dudes and Bronx dudes and then Harlem dudes. So if I could go to the tunnel with Edenwald niggas. Next week I could go with Mt.Vernon niggas. Next week I could go with Harlem niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because the love was there. You know what I'm saying? So I had a double advantage from being from both towns and cool with a lot of people. You know what I mean? So
you hear the stigma in them days, start of the 90s about Brooklyn and how they was coming, and I think, you know, was it really that bad in the 90s as far as Brooklyn, you know, being on the bully shit?
Yeah.
Brooklyn,
the 90s was crazy, but really in the 80s, Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like Union Square, Latin Quarters, like that's when they really put their name in the 80s. That's Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying? 90s, I'm like,
but Brooklyn was always robbing though.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't like going to Brooklyn.
But you know what it is?
9 times out of 10 you get robbed.
Brooklyn was in the tunnel?
Yeah, there's definitely in the tunnel.
Down there?
Where's the tunnel located for those who don't know?
What's that?
26th Street and 27th and 12th Avenue. Yeah.
Right after West Side Highway. Boom, right there in the corner.
We couldn't have had nothing like that, man.
Yeah.
That shit was
crazy.
How many floors was the tunnel?
It was actually one main flat. It was like
one main flat floor. Then you could go upstairs. So upstairs, like a little area, and then the bathroom was unisex bathroom. So that's what made the tunnel exclusive.
Half of us was probably conceived in the tunnel.
And the crazy shit about that is the security was down with the niggas in there. Like they rob you too. The security beat you up and then kick you out, snatch your chain and kick you out.
But that's just like a jail with females.
Oh, absolutely.
But
absolutely, this shit was like jail being in the tunnel.
Joined in there and all that.
You
died in the tunnel. I heard stories.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about a jamming because I don't know anybody ever got shot in the tunnel. But you definitely getting cut.
In the 90s was
you
big.
getting
That's
cut.
New York started all that $1.50.
Yeah. You getting cut in the tunnel.
But
absolutely.
The tunnel, I want to point this out. One of the first club, unisex bathroom and a bar in the bathroom.
Yeah, shout out to
full-fledged bar.
Peter Gation was the owner of the tunnel.
A straight up bar in the bathroom.
That's nasty too, though.
So you come out the store and go get a drink.
Give me a shot while you take a
piss. Yeah, the back. Yeah. That's how big the bathroom is.
And the women be nasty, bro. I don't like using the bathroom after certain women.
Yeah, the women was nasty. Tampons.
That's not my tool. Definitely not in the club.
Pissing on the toilet bowl and all that. All over the seat.
That was Chris Lighty that was his thing, right?
Chris Lighty had it.
Yeah.
He had it like first.
Yeah.
Him, I think it was him and Jessica. They had it first, and then there was like a little split. Then shout out to Paul Knotts from Mt.Vernon. Paul Knotts started doing the tunnel with Jessica, and then they brought in Flex, and then Flex was doing it on the regular with, you know, other DJs, of course. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was a good process.
I wish I could experience one tunnel night. It just sounded like...
It was crazy.
Now, I want to point this out. Jessica was a white girl that was kind of black. She was white, but she was a promoter.
She's like my boy over here.
Yeah. She's well known. Like all her parties was dope in the city.
Yeah, she had a soul class.
Tunnel was one of them.
Yeah.
Tunnel was one of them. But everything she threw in the city, dope, exclusive. Wow. Yeah.
Now, fast forward, you got to going through your history. At some point, you start throwing parties.
Right.
So when did you start doing that? Because that's why I actually. My first recollections, like I said, before I was 21, a lot of the older guys, they snatched me up. You know, I kind of grew quick. So I'm 17, I'm in, you know, Milk Ball.
Right.
You say Pearl, it was fun when I was a teenager and then ended up being Cabo. So I'm in these spots. You know, that's when I'm really, that's Mike.
Yeah.
So how'd that start?
All right, I'm going to fast forward. I ain't going to make this long.
The floor is yours.
Shout out to my man E-Prez. E-Prez is from Co-op, I think, or the Valley. So he's a promoter. His wife is from Mt.Vernon, so that's how me and him cool, because he's coming to Mt.Vernon. he throw parties. So he's been telling me for years, because my car game was crazy.
Right.
I had everything. Lex Coupe, Acura Legend. Every car in that era that was out, I had it.
Really?
Acura, when it was out, I was coming through your hood, Manhattan Avenue, with the Acura Legend, the Lex Coupe, the CLK Benz, all that.
The car was big back then.
Yeah. So E-Prez whole thing was, yo, you should throw parties because you come through with the car like this look like a movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like get down. But at the time, you know, I was with my son's mother. We was together and stuff like that. You know, that didn't work. If you in a relationship and you a party promoting thing. No. So when me and her broke up, I'm coming back outside. This is like 2008. I'm starting to come outside. I took a little break from outside. So I'm coming back outside 2008. So there was a club in Harlem called Club Body.
Okay.
So Club Body was rocking at the time. So when Club Body, certain promoters ended it, I put my man E-Prez on that spot because I was going there every Thursday. It's after work Thursday. I put E-Prez on there, introduced him to the owner. He started doing his thing. Then E-Prez, the owners introduced him to, shout out to Huddy Six. That's Mace Man.
Rest in peace,
Huddy Six. Yeah. So the owner at the time, Joe, who owned Body, Joe also had a club in the city called Amnesia. Joe introduced E-Prez to Huddy Six, Sugar J, and this kid named Artie Bills. So they all got together to throw parties, and then E-Prez pulled me in. So we all doing after work Thursday. So I already knew Huddy Six from Mace and all that. 2-5 used to bring him to Mt.Vernon. So we already was cool with certain Harlem dudes. You know what I mean? So we used to do after work. I think we did it for like 6 months on a Thursday at Body. Body was dope. So that was my introduction. I'm learning that we got drink tickets, and they giving us a bottle ticket and collecting money at the door. You know, I'm learning the whole process. It's new to me. You know what I mean? So when that ended, at the time, Milk Bar was going on, right? So I didn't go to Milk Bar. I was just hearing about it, right? So Milk Bar, you had Milk Bar up there. You had Thirsty Turtle. That was another spot. That was a spot where they had drinks for like they had drinks for like $3 on certain nights. So everybody used to go there. Spot too. But that was a Caucasian spot. That was like kind of like a white spot. You know what I'm saying? So the Milk Bar was open. Nobody really was throwing like hot parties there. It would be okay, but not exclusive. So my man E-Prez was like, yo, I got this spot in White Plains. We could do the same thing we did in Harlem and bring it up there. So I said, all right, let's go through. Because I was big on deals with these owners. Because these owners try to be like, yo, you got the door, that's it. They don't want to give you none of the bar. So I knew the people that we bring in are going to buy bottles. Because that's what we was doing in Harlem.
Right.
So now Westchester a little different. They're not used to at that time seeing dudes come through and buy bottles.
Yeah, for sure.
So my whole thing with E was we got to get a good bar deal with this owner. So he tried to like crazy. He tried to be like, yo, y'all got to do at least 4,000 at the bar for you to get a percentage. So we're laughing because we know we could do more than that. For the type of people that's coming. He don't know what's going on.
Wave one of these.
Yeah. So we just laughing. So we get the joint. It was over. Yo, every week we had a different DJ. I never forget this night. Like we had, half the party was hard.
Yeah, I know right? I was in there.
We had, we brought SNS up there.
DJ SNS.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
The whole party, I never forget. He played Whoa. Whole party went crazy. You know who was in there that night?
From Harlem too, right?
Yeah. Batty was in there that night.
Oh, shout out to Batty.
Shout out to Batty.
That's it.
I met Batty that night. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Big bottle pop.
Yeah. Batty run it up.
Batty good dude.
Batty run it up. And he's a good dude. He runs it up.
Oh man.
So I met Batty that night. He was
fly back in days with valleys and all that.
For sure.
The Clarks. African.
The Clarks.
So I had to tell. We were trying to keep it professional. You know, niggas want to take off their shirt, stuff like that. So Batty took off his shirt. He had a tank top on. Nobody wanted to go to this nigga, so I had to be the one to go to him and be like, yo, my man, you know, we doing a good thing here. You see the chicks, you got to put your shirt on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, I introduced myself, Money Mike, boom, boom, boom. You know, I'm bringing the people from out of town. You see very few people from White Plains in the party.
Right.
Very few back then.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we didn't even need White Plains to come there.
Yeah.
We just needed the spot to bring Bronx, Harlem, a little bit of Mt.Vernon and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was like maybe a 3-month run. That ended. So now I'm seasoned. I know how to do deals on my own. I get this spot called Salud's in Yonkers. It's right by the raceway, like Central Avenue and Yonkers, right there by the casino. Mm-hmm. I get that. I do a couple of my homeboys, my man, shout out to King George, shout out to my man Alvin. So I do that. That takes off crazy. Mm-hmm. And then when Jadakiss found out he was coming, he was a regular. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
Jadakiss, you know,
yeah. You might now keep in mind, this is 2010. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So Jadakiss is still 20. Yeah, Jadakiss is still kind of younger, on the younger side, you know what I'm saying? But he's coming through. I had a lot of people come through Salud. So I'm in the game throwing parties. Then I went to the Bronx. I do parties at Q Lounge. Shout out to Kevin Egger.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Egger.
Me and Kevin Egger did a party at Q Lounge. You know what I'm saying? So I always been cool with Kevin Egger. He's a promoter out of Greenberg. You know what I'm saying? So me and him always had a good rapport. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
You was on a party tip too, Maino?
Nah, I just was just attending. Yeah. I was in there popping bottles. That's what I was doing. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. I was there, but that's what I was doing. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, that's dope. As I said, man, you ain't been to a Money Mike party. You still active in that, or you kind of?
Yeah. Okay, so since we on the party thing, so I took a little break, and then boom, what's the spot I was on?
What, Barcelona?
Barcelona fell in my lap.
Yeah.
That fell in my lap. Shout out.
2017.
RIP shout out to 2016.
Okay.
RIP shout out to 914. That's my man. Been our man forever. You know what I'm saying? He used to hang with 2-5 and all that. That's my man. He from my run.
Big back cab.
Big back cab.
Big back. Rest
so
in peace, yeah.
He had the spot first. Him and a girl named Rima from the Bronx. And then they brought Kev Egger and George in. And then they brought me in. And then it was over. Yeah. It was over. Like us combination.
You couldn't even walk in there. It was so crazy in Barcelona the way that shit's set up. You gotta get in.
Right.
You gotta go down the steps.
Yeah.
You know, you right
but now it's up. It was upstairs. They let us do upstairs now. You go down the stairs to get in and get checked, but then you come up. Right.
Barcelona, I'm talking about wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now
keep in the Bronx. Where Barcelona at? That's the Bronx.
242nd.
Yeah, Van Cortlandt.
Yeah.
Van Cortlandt.
So keep this in mind. This is a Tuesday.
Yeah.
At the time, there's no parties during the week besides salsa on Thursday.
Okay.
Nobody's doing nothing during the week in the Bronx. Mm-hmm. And actually, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It really wasn't cool. Area where we from, it wasn't. Besides Skate Key, it wasn't really cool to party in the Bronx. Besides Skate Key and Jimmy's Cafe, it wasn't cool to party in the Bronx. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, it wasn't.
You partied in the city. We skipped over Harlem and partied. Everything with the city.
The Bronx was like partying in Brooklyn. You just stay away from Brooklyn.
Yeah. So you
skipped like how we feel about partying in Mt.Vernon. Yeah. We Calabash. We ain't got time for that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
So the era we from, we're skipping over the Bronx. We're partying in the city. Mm-hmm. You know, the only thing in the Bronx is Skate Key or Jimmy's Cafe. That's it. So back to Barcelona Bites. Barcelona Bites took off. It was crazy. It was incredible. It was a great time for me. It was like almost like a 3-year run. Then that ended. So when that ended, I always wanted to start a clothing line.
Yeah, I see.
I didn't have a name though. Didn't have this name.
Looking at you.
So yeah, Momi Clothing. Shout out to Momi Clothing. Everybody at Momi Clothing.
Momi
yeah. Momi. That's all. It's the t-shirts, sweatshirt, you know, all that.
What do Momi stand for?
So Momi is short for my name, Money Mike.
Oh damn!
But for marketing purposes,
that's tough.
For marketing purposes, damn, I got brain freeze.
Go ahead, take your time. Take your time.
Slogan. I'm trying to give the world.
We ain't live, baby. We good.
I'm trying to give the world Mo of me, Momi.
That's tough.
Yeah, so it's a two-sided thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Tough. Okay.
So I always wanted to do a clothing line since like 2014, 2012. So when Barcelona ended, it's 2019. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna dump some energy into this clothing line. So over the years, I was doing research, collecting my knowledge, whatever. But I got free time now, so So it was a white boy from my job. I work at the post office.
Okay.
White boy at my job was like, okay, the club thing is over. What are you gonna do? I'm like, yo, I'm gonna dump energy. I'm struggling with a name. He's the one that gave me the name.
That's hard.
And so I was like,
white dude at your job?
White dude at my job. He
cut a check for him?
He loves the lifestyle.
Tough.
Oh yeah. If I get on, I gotta cut a check.
Like
for
Kanye,
sure.
like Kanye.
Yeah.
Homeboy, right?
So let me tell you. So he goes to Jersey Shore. You know, he's one of them white boys. Okay. Jersey Shore dude. Smoke the cigar on the beach and all that. One of them type dudes. So he goes, I'm gonna go to Jersey Shore and think of a name because he knew I was struggling. So he comes and tells me the name. I thought it was stupid when he told me. I was like,
Me
Momi.
too, no cap.
I was like, Momi, like, where did it come from? He was like, it's your name, Money Mike. So I thought, I sat on it for 3 weeks. I thought it was stupid. You know what I'm saying? But I was at a point where I got to come out now.
Yeah.
This shit is close to my name. Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Because I can slap it on anything. Niggas fuck with me. They going to buy it.
I see a lot of the women. I see you.
Well, that's my signature.
You see what I'm saying? They
Money Mike knows a lot of women. Right?
It's fine.
The women love
I ain't gonna lie. That's what I'm like. Oh shoot, the fuck! I didn't even know you had shit for guys. I wasn't mad at you either. I said,
Yo, listen. It's a marketing strategy.
That's tough. Yeah, absolutely.
The ladies love me forever.
Ladies run the world.
Ladies run the world.
Absolutely.
They run the world.
And when you got the ladies, the dudes are gonna come. That's the formula. It's a simple formula.
Definitely. Yeah,
You know
and
what
we
I'm
do our motivation. I'm saying our, not necessarily me, but you know, that's why certain dudes do everything.
Right.
In the street, it's for the it's for the women.
For sure.
So
boom, I come out with Momi 2020
Okay.
in
COVID.
March, right? 3 weeks later, COVID hit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, New York, you can't come outside.
Yeah.
Right? It's crazy.
Right.
I love shout out to Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I got the merch. I started with t-shirts and hats. That's the formula too, by the way, for all viewers. You want to do a test run on your product, put it on a t-shirt and hat. If it move, you know it's go time. Now you can do sweatsuits and stuff like that. People make the mistake and jump into the clothing line and try to come up with a full line without even getting proof of concept.
Let me get a sock.
That people is gonna buy this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now they stuck with all this merchandise.
Right.
So if you could move a hat and t-shirt, then you rolling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. But COVID hit. So the thing about Instagram, I was posting it, and people from, I know a lot of people out of town, people from Atlanta, VA, California, they buying my stuff. And one of my marketing strategies was to repost whoever's buying it.
Wow.
Get the picture. So now these people in Atlanta, VA, California, they're not affected like New York with COVID. So they can buy it. Like, oh, Mike, send me 4. I'll just Zelle you or Cash App you the money. And I would just go to the print shop, get it, go to the post office, ship it out.
That's crazy.
And it was easy. So now people here was like, oh, wow, Mike is getting people. And I'm naming where these people from.
Of course.
Got to be detailed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people are seeing that in New York. And then New York got up on it later. Like, and they started supporting me. So by summertime, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
And that's crazy when you think, like, you know, you didn't mention going to school for no sort of marketing. You done all that outside.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You marketing,
Right.
strategy, planning, execution,
Well,
mailing shit out. That's some shit.
I'm
gonna
keep it real with you. I lived off of popularity. I'm a popular dude. I know people everywhere.
Yeah.
So
use your gifts.
If the product is half good, niggas gonna buy it because they fuck with Money Mike.
Yeah, you gotta have
and I'm
reach.
keep it real.
Yeah.
Then we gonna mix in, I know the chicks.
That's it.
So I'm putting the stuff on the chicks. Other chicks is buying it. Dudes is buying it because the chicks is buying it. And then you got the other people that like, oh, I like Mike. Mike is cool. I'm getting it anyway.
Yeah. And even if they don't, it's like, they got it. I might as well get it. You capitalize off all that shit.
Everything.
Yeah.
So
that was
everything was just working for me with that. And it was a done deal. I always knew from throwing the parties, I needed a product.
Yeah.
And I started the parties, like I said, in 2009. That whole run, I was like, yeah, if I had a product, I could have been killing it. A lot of, especially Barcelona, I would have killed it.
Oh my God. If 200 people on that bitch.
No, Barcelona hold 500.
Okay, so I'm downsizing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about this, you're not moving. Don't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. So just imagine if I had a product when that was going on.
Sure,
So fast forward, Momi's out. So now I got Momi out, sweatsuits, all that. So there's a couple of T-shirts over the years, 10 years ago that I liked.
Right.
I liked it. I like Mike T-shirt with Michael Jordan, Jackson, and Mike Tyson. So I had pictures of it. So what I did was I took it to my print guy and he remade it, just like that, and same color scheme and everything.
I like the font too.
Right, and so Nuttin But Love is a name that stood out for me. Shout out to Heavy D, the whole Mt.Vernon. Shout out to Heavy D family. Shout out to Floyd, his mother, his father. So Heavy D did a cookout, 1993. Nuttin But Love cookout. Everybody from everywhere would come, celebrities, all that. Dope cookout. The vibe was good in the air in Mt.Vernon, Wilson Woods Park.
Okay.
Right? Everyone's there. So that's a time and era. It just brings you to a good place. So when you see the Nothing But Love. So there's a guy, shout out to Floyd Whitehead. He did print silk screen.
Right.
So he went to Floyd like, yo, Floyd, print like almost 20 dozen t-shirts for me. Here's the money. It's Nothing But Love. His whole thing was to create the name. Put it together, like fancy. So how he did it was the way how it is on the t-shirt. I got to show you.
Yeah.
Hev didn't like it. So I was there. It was me, Hev, Joe Black, and Floyd. Floyd came with the boxes. Hev seen it, hated it. I've never seen Hev mad like this.
Really?
This shit is whack. I gave you the money. You fucked it up. This and that. Threw the t-shirt at him.
Really?
So Floyd had to redo it. And people that was down with Hev gave Floyd more input this time. I think they wanted like a hot sauce bottle. And it said Nothing But Love. Yeah. So that was the new t-shirt for it. Now the old t-shirt, I liked it personally.
Right.
So Floyd gave me like about 6-7 dozen of them shits. Like, here, take it, Mike, because Hev don't want this stuff. Right. So I'm giving it out to different people. And I kept my shirt for like about 10 years. You know, I had a lot laying around. Right. So fast forward, this is 20 years later, right? Almost 30 years later. That was a t-shirt that stuck out. So these t-shirts that I told you I like, now that I'm doing clothing, and this is all 2020 during COVID, I said, I'm going to bring these t-shirts back. So the profit from Momi, every time, like, I would kill it, a good month. I remember 1 month, October 2020, I made $17.5 profit from selling clothing, right? Man. I took the proceeds and did test runs. I came out with mad Nothing But Love t-shirts, the I Like Mike t-shirt. I got a t-shirt called The Town. The Town.
I need one of those. I like that.
I got that t-shirt. So I got like dozens of everything, just chilling. Yeah. Because the goal is, when Momi, I don't have no website. I want to point that out to the viewers. All this is social media driven. Cash App, Zelle. I'll mail it to you.
Okay, so everything is no store, no, you don't.
There's no storefront. There's no website. There's no nothing. But you do need a website at this point. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Right. So when the goal was, or it's like the rap industry. You know how niggas be having like songs for like 10 years, and when they come out, they be like, oh, I just went to that song. It's the same thing with clothing. Right. I was sitting on the Nothing But Love forever. You understand what I'm saying? So the goal is, when I get the website, I'm gonna put, it's gonna fall under the umbrella of Momi. Fast forward, I'm doing mad podcasts, talking about Momi clothing, mad different people podcasts. They inviting me. I'm talking about Momi. So about maybe the 8th podcast show I do, these engineers was like, they liked it how I did the interview. For sure. So when the interview was over, they was like, yo, listen, you ever thought about doing a podcast? Because you're dope as a person. Yeah, so I was like, yo, it's funny you say that. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing a podcast since 2014. Of course. So, and I really want to do it right now. They're like, yo, we'll help you, boom, boom, boom. So I want to point something out to y'all, viewers. They said the first thing you got to do is get a name, LLC it, and throw it on YouTube. The reason why you LLC it is because you have to get a lot of view time, views and subscribers before you get monetization. When you get monetization, they need somewhere to cut the check. If you ain't got no LLC, they're not cutting you no check. Yeah, nah. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want to give a shout out, let people know, educate people. Get your paperwork right. Put it on YouTube. So it's go time. Legit paperwork. Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you how life is funny. So when the engineers came to me and told me, you'll get a name, put it on YouTube, perfect opportunity to use Nothing But Love.
Perfect. Yeah, that was great.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
So I used Nothing But Love, boom, went. Shout out to my homegirl Naomi, work at City Hall. I'm a busy dude. I got mad stuff going on behind the scenes. Right. I don't mind paying people to do stuff. Call my girl Naomi. You know, people be like, oh, you could have LLC'd yourself and this and nah. Pay my homegirl Naomi. She got me in 48 hours, the binder, LLC, done, boom, done. Mm-hmm. And then the rest is history. So podcast is there. They wanted me to do the whole podcast by myself. I feel in life you need a team.
Definitely.
You need a team. I knew I couldn't do a podcast by myself. I didn't want to do it. I don't have the time. Right. I need help. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to explain that to them.
That's a gift.
So, boom. So sidebar. I'm at work. My homegirl Kira, co-worker. We crack jokes every day for fun. This is what we do. So I started filming it. I'm putting the skits on Instagram.
Yeah.
The viewers are loving it. Oh, y'all funny at work. Boom, boom, boom. Then people started saying, y'all should do a podcast. So I started buying into what they were saying. So I would put Mike vs. Kira podcast coming soon. The viewers bought into that. So now, back to these dudes, I'm grooming Kira and she don't even know it.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, yo, I'm going to incorporate her. We going to do it.
Yeah.
But I had to have conversations with her because she wasn't too sure about being on camera. It's one thing doing it for fun.
Yeah.
It's another thing doing it on camera. So people get scared like, oh, I don't know. I might mess up and boom, boom, boom. So when I built her conferences up to do it, boom, we about to do it. P-Rock, a good friend of mine, I'm about to interview him. Her mother died. Shout out to the whole Prashad family.
Rest in peace, yeah.
So she never recovered from that. Like, she lost interest.
Yeah.
She's going through a lot. I totally get it.
Sure.
So I took a break. This is where Maino comes in.
Yeah, I was going to ask that.
Maino reaches out to me. He's like, yo, what's going on? I see you doing... Well, I'm going to let him tell the story.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, so basically, I seen that they, he came into like a dry spot when, he just wasn't doing that. So I was like, yo, we got a real story to tell. Like we got something that'll be really good for the people. Like we time tested, we fly, we got the crowd, we got people that know us. You know what I'm saying? And we got good connections. So I think we should really do something and represent the town and represent, just good stories and good energy. So I came to him like that. So he's like, yeah, no doubt. He's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it or whatever, But then he was going through some things on his own, you know what I'm saying, that kind of like made him just kind of like, not ready to do it right then and there. I'll let him talk about that. I guess like health issues, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Let me jump into that.
No, just so then I just was like, let's do it or whatever. And then after that, like I said, he waited, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna just talk about that part. So he waited for that part, but then he said, yo, let's do it, my dude, let's do it. So we just started working it, and then we just started, doing the podcast. And
that chemistry is dope.
Yeah, he can tell you the story.
When you think, before we get into that, I checked out a few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I love y'all chemistry, and one thing about y'all names alone is getting people in the seats. People respect y'all.
Yeah,
Respect can take you a long way. It's a good. That's what I like to tell. Turn your negative history.
Right.
There's a way to utilize it and turn it over to positive.
Yeah, the fact checkers are the people. They know.
Definitely,
you can't lie to the people.
You can't lie to
so
people.
if you say you somebody, they gonna say nah, he ain't or he is. They gonna know who you are because they can remember.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And one thing I'm gonna stand by, I kept relationships from late '80s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still friends with people from the Bronx, Harlem, and I keep a lot of people burn a lot of bridges, and then later on they get a situation and they wonder why people don't want to fuck with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my relationship is incredible out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never burnt nobody. I ain't got no bad name. If anything, I try to help niggas out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For years, over the years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like good dude.
So getting back to where Maino comes in at.
Right.
So I had a dry spell because now Kira's not involved. What I'm gonna do? He hit me up. So let's jump into what's going on with me. So at the time, I'm doing Momi clothing.
Right.
Boom. I got a little prostate issue, scare going on. Doctors is like, I'm peeing in the middle of the night. They be like, oh, you gotta check yourself out because this could be cancer. So now that was nerve wracking. So you figure that was going on from February. So you going back and forth to doctors until like July, because doctor visits is like 5 weeks apart. Yeah. So that whole time when I was getting closer to doing the biopsy, it was kind of nerve wracking and stuff like that. And I was just being easy. I fell back from going out. I wasn't partying like that. I still would post my brand and stuff like that, but people wasn't seeing me, and that's what he's seen. So that's when he reached out to me. He knew what was going on with me. I shared it with him. But then he also talked about he wanted to be a part of the show. One thing I love about him, and that's very important, is that people got to show you how serious they are. Because a person can say they want to be down. That don't mean nothing. Right, yeah. And we had 3 conversations about this. You know what I'm saying? And sit downs, not over the phone. Like, we got to sit down and talk. One thing about him, he did his research on podcasts. Right? That showed me that I was very impressed. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he knew, the format and all that, and this and that, the goal. We're all trying to get a deal here. Right. We're all trying to get picked up. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it 1,000. Yeah. We're not doing this for fun. Nah. We're not doing this to get chicks. We're past that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So everyone should be trying to get a deal. We're trying to get a deal. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So he understood that. 1. 2, major thing about him. A lot of people pop junk, say they want to do this and that. He understands it takes money to market.
Absolutely. It's definitely not cheap.
You ain't got no marketing money, you're going to die out here.
Yeah.
So the stuff you see us doing, to be honest, we're just incorporating our lifestyle into the marketing, into the situation.
Right.
So when you see us hanging out, running it up, buying bottles, going to restaurants, we're incorporating all that into Nothing But Love, the Momi, everything. That's all marketing.
Of course it is.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it costs money to do that.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make the whole situation look like a movie.
Absolutely.
We running commercials without even running a commercial.
You know, y'all doing your thing, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
Y'all remind me of a lot of other platforms that I love.
Yeah.
Give me that vibe.
Yeah.
It's
So
perfect, yeah.
so he
But without the budget. This is our money.
Yeah.
They got a budget to do
That's
that.
real
because
shit.
we ain't
You
got no
know what I'm
deal.
saying?
That's
Yeah,
another
We
thing.
doing it without a budget. So when we get the budget, it's gonna be crazy.
That says a lot about what they got going on.
So we ain't got
I
no
need a
budget.
job.
Yeah. So we ain't got no budget. We running it up. You understand what I'm saying? And he understood that.
Right.
So here it is. He understands the podcast world. He understands we got to dump some money into marketing, right? And he bought into when I told him the blueprint of the direction I want to go in. He bought into that
Right.
out the gate. There was no. I didn't have to drag him to the water and make him want to drink it.
Right.
You understand what I'm
You
saying?
see a way out too. You got to go. Let's get to
Yeah,
it.
so it made everything easy. So getting back to the health issue, once we ironed that out, like, okay, we're gonna do this, I had to find out, is this prostate situation cancerous, whatever. So I was very nerve-wracking for like 4 or 5 months. So boom, I'll never forget, August 1st, the results come back, they're like, boom, you got like 5% cancer. So the good thing is, it's prostate cancer, you're not gonna die of anything. So I was like, you hear cancer, you're like, oh God, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you're not gonna die. It's only 5%, very undetectable. If we never did a biopsy, we wouldn't have caught it. It would have been building up with you and got worse down the road.
Right.
So it was good that you did the biopsy. So we catch it early. They did like a low radiation dosage for 2 months.
Right.
Boom, wiped it out.
Painful?
So nah. You on the table, the thing goes around you for like about 4 minutes and it's over.
And this,
Every day for 2 months.
This was last year or this 2020?
No, this is last year.
Or it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So I did it from like October to December.
September.
Like the end of September. Yeah.
Okay.
To December. Yeah. Yes.
Blessing.
So now keep in mind now what I'm telling you, when all this is going on, I throw a big party with my homeboy B.I. I don't know if you remember. That's when I bought the Louis coat.
Probably names.
I bought.
Faces.
So my man B.I. had a birthday party in September. Me and him threw it. I had the whole cancer situation going on. People didn't know that.
That's crazy.
I didn't put it out there.
Here's the party in New Rochelle we had.
Did a party in
On
New
Main
Rochelle
Street.
on Main Street. Party was dope. Mad people came. Mad niggas ran up bottles. The bar did 18,000. And it was just me and him doing the party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like now you deal
So
savage. You got all that.
yeah.
Right.
So I bought the Louis coat for that party. The Louis sneakers. The Louis coat was like 6,000. You know what I'm saying? I seen John McDonald was in the Louis store when I bought the coat.
I know he was like.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I was like, yo, I need earn your leisure on my joint. You know what I'm saying?
Mikey McDonald.
So yeah.
That's Mike,
Yeah, Mikey, that's my guy. He used to do flyers for me because he's a fly guy.
He was in there.
Yeah. So all this is going on. He was a big help when before I found out my results, because like I said, I was staying home. I gained some weight too because it was I get off of work, go home, didn't come out. So I might have gained like 10, 15 pounds. He got me back outside. So now I'm coming back outside. We going to parties and stuff like that. And this is before I found out I had it for sure.
Right.
And then when I had it, you could still do regular stuff, drink and stuff like that while you're going through all this. They just want you to drink a lot of water. So I still was hanging out. We still was putting together Nothing But Love,
Right.
putting the pieces together with the engineer. So I say that to say, I don't care what you're going through in life, you can't slow down, period.
Right.
Some people, he'll tell you, he said, yo, Mike, I don't know how you do it, because if I had it, I would have stayed home.
Yeah, I would have stayed on getting, made sure everything got right with me. I wouldn't have been coming out. I would have chilled.
Yeah. Went on pause.
So
I think they would have understood if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, nah, but you can't slow. Let me tell you something. You can't slow down. Timing is everything, and those breaks. I see some people who took breaks from the clothing line and they still ain't make a comeback.
Yeah.
That break is crazy.
Turn into the end game like it's over.
That could turn into the end game.
Yeah.
That's a true story.
Yeah.
So boom, we come out on Christmas with the first episode of Nothing But Love, and we up to episode number 7.
Salute, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
love, man. Y'all here. I think we had episode. I think 14 is made
14.
y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was already gonna reach out to you. That was already automatic.
Right. No question.
Just
No
off
question.
the strength.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, we up and coming. And,
Yes.
You know, we young. You know, black.
Yeah.
I'm young. Y'all blessed. Cause age. Listen, I'm not one of them guys that told you either get old or you die. That's the only choices you got. So age is a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We blessed to see it. It's people who
And listen, everybody got a shot. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. I
They
remember.
opened the door.
Hold on.
For the podcast.
Let's keep it real. I remember, first of all, they're black and they're talking about educating people on literature that you could be successful.
Yeah.
So they're talking about stocks and bonds, real estate. They're talking about everything.
They got something for everybody.
They giving you the blueprint, and it's free information. All you gotta do is tune into them.
It is dope.
It's free.
Yeah. Did they give you knowledge with it?
For free.
I think homies gave us packs.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So I remember they're doing it on Instagram. They only get maybe like 100 likes. Now they put up something. They're getting like 20,000 likes and stuff like that. The numbers isn't crazy.
Listen, man.
Skyrocketed. So
World.
if you look at their process in the beginning and where they at now, if you really know them, you're blown away. Like, wow.
For me, it's really surreal because a lot of this shit started with conversations we had in front of our community center. I'm sure we went to a basketball game.
Yeah. Community center. Yeah.
You know, it mean
Theodore D. Young. Yeah. I used to work there. Shout out to Keisha Sweeney. Know Keisha Sweeney that died? Rest in peace. Keisha Sweeney got me a job working at Greenberg Cap.
That's crazy.
Quick story.
That's wild.
So back in, I'm going to say 2001, I wanted to leave the post office. I wanted to start an acting and modeling agency because a friend of mine know Hype Williams and introduced me to Hype. Yeah. And you know Hype Williams do the videos. Yeah. That's my man's man.
That's crazy.
Okay? So now Hype Williams, my man was telling him like, yo, my man about to start an acting model agency. So Hype was like, yo, if he started, I'll get the actors for the videos through him because I got the budget to pay him. So now I'm Hype. So I'm working at the post office in the afternoon from 4 to 12:30. I'm like, this post office job is whack. I want to leave. I'm going to start this agency. So I want a day job. Leave the post office, but I got to get the day job first. Shout out to Berry, Free Berry, Ronnie Postel. Sure. So I'm hanging out in Greenberg with him. He introduces me to Keisha. Me and Keisha talking. Keisha's like, yo, I'm telling her my story. She's like, yo, I can get you a job at Greenberg Cap because I want you to leave and pursue this whole situation. For sure. Gets me the job at Greenberg Cap. I didn't have to do no interview, none of that. Boom, get it. So I'm doing both. I couldn't leave the post office at the time because I had to make sure like Greenberg Cap was solid. But I was there at Greenberg Cap for a year, but it ended because that's when they started doing cuts around New York State. So they stopped the program. So luckily, I kept the post office job and didn't leave. Right. And then I got a little distracted from the acting and modeling situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I never started that company because I had a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Yeah. And so,
I see that,
so
man. You got a lot
I'm
of
in the mix.
You all over,
yeah, I'm in the mix.
I see that.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So So you was telling the story about Earn Your Leisure. So we want to give a shout out to Earn Your Leisure because they inspired a lot of us, me included. You know, I see. Shout out to Troy. Troy's my boy. I know Troy from back in the days. I met Rashad through Kevin Egger. Yeah. Shout out to Rashad. Shout out to Kevin Egger.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Smalls.
For sure.
All of them, like, you know, the guys who you don't see on the camera, but, you know, definitely this whole podcasting thing, man. With them, it was like the thing they was talking about. You didn't see guys who look like them. You know, that would be more of a, you know, people would classify that as more of a Caucasian topic, but it's
right.
not. We need that too.
Absolutely.
And
they not switching. They they stick it to what it is because our culture
and a dope thing they did was. I'm just trying to remember the timeline, what was going on with them. When they hooked up with the dude from Atlanta, I think his name Black Wall Street or something like that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. When it comes to that, those the guys, so y'all might be more in tune with like episode by episode.
Yeah.
When my brothers.
Yeah, when they hooked up with Black Wall Street, it's an educational dude in Atlanta. So they're not scared to collaborate with people.
No,
and that's dope.
That big eye little you stuff.
So when they hooked up with the Black Wall Street dude, the numbers was crazy.
Yeah.
It was a joint collaboration and the numbers grew. And then I think the next step was they did there was a guest on I think they might have did Good Morning America, but really put them on that I seen was Charlamagne and Envy. When they got on them, it was over. Because Charlamagne was really pumping like, how come y'all not on Revolt? Yeah. We need a show like this on Revolt, educating black people on how to grow. And
Revolt.
and Charlamagne put that together, made it happen, and it was over. Yeah. Because then the next step was Steve Harvey.
The next Steve Harvey.
When they did Steve Harvey?
It is quick. When you think about them, people, I was like, it wasn't overnight, because I know some of the back, but it's like, it was 3 nights.
Yeah. but when Steve Harvey came into the picture, it took a liking to them. And I think they did something behind the scenes with Steve Harvey.
For sure.
Then he believed in them. He introduced them to Tyler Perry.
Documentary come out. Yeah.
When he introduced them to Tyler Perry, it was over.
It's a whole different ballgame.
They're global now.
Shout
out to Rashad and Troy.
That's what's up.
And Mike and the whole even down.
Yeah, the whole on your Lisa Cap. Mike, Bam, everybody. Yes.
The power of relationships. Shadi said that. I was watching Market Mondays a couple weeks back.
Right.
The power, he explained the domino effect, how one relationship. All you need is that one relationship.
That's a fact.
And it could take you. It started off with a dude. They did something with, I think, Kenny Burns. I think that's his name.
Kenny Burns, yeah. Kenny Burns, good dude.
So they met him. Then Kenny introduced him to Dame.
Right.
From Dame.
Oh, yeah, they did something with Dame. Right, they did something with Dame. Can't leave Dame out. Dame played a big role. Yes. They did something with Dame. Dame played a big role. Shout out to Dame Dash.
And from Dame, it went, from this to that. And before you know it, it just it spread like what. And even Ian, one of the co-hosts of Market Mondays, Red Panda, they interviewed him.
Right. Oh, the light-skinned dude that they roll with now. Yeah. Very informative.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So I just because he be breaking down all that stocks and bonds stuff, that dude. Light-skinned dude, yeah.
Because now it's like a show. And now, they have the tour. They going on like
a tour.
The world tour. They
was in Canada. Now they in Vegas with the for the fight and stuff like that. They flown around. Yeah.
They probably be on more planes than
Rashad and Troy. I need y'all on my show. I know both of y'all.
One thing about they feet still on the land. They very they understand the power.
Yes.
Listen, you get to that point where it's all about making yourself a brand.
Yes.
Shout outs cost money.
Yeah.
That's why I know the significance of the bigger picture. I don't get too wrapped up in sometimes the introduction, that's $1 million right there.
For sure.
That's love. You having me in a room is enough, for me to be, gratified.
Yeah, so for sure.
We definitely gonna make it happen. Good friend of mine, man.
Okay.
Just stay close. That's
Stay close.
Man.
Stay close to the money.
Don't go too far. And,
yes.
They definitely, we got a lot going on, because for me, they definitely inspired. This wasn't my dream.
Right.
But, I'm a hustler as far as mine's frame. If I see it landing this, and I'm one of the guys that's behind a lot of the sauce in our town. Man.
Okay.
So that special sauce that the camera just loves. I'm one of the chefs. I'm one of them.
And I love the camera. Me personally, I love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Camera's powerful.
Camera's powerful.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The camera is
and everything goes together. If you market the situation right, the camera, it helps me market Momi. At the same time, I'm marketing Nothing But Love. You're building yourself, your brand. The camera's beautiful.
And I built relationships. Doing these, like I said, doing these interviews and things of that nature, I'm feeling the vibe. I've been learning a lot. Like as far as, what y'all got going on. I learned from everybody. Needing the energy. This ain't going to be the last time we do something. This
For sure.
The beginning.
We do collaboration, joint collaboration, stuff like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
like I said.
Oh yeah, forever. Yeah. Coming through the blocks.
Yeah. Like his energy. That's what's up.
No question.
He got that Brother Mazumo's own swag.
Yeah.
Just observing, looking around. Yeah. So when we get to these spots, I need him on stage. Just make sure everything stay in motion.
Shout out to our co-host Kira. She couldn't make it, but it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. She here with y'all. So,
for sure.
It's the team. So I might be injured. My ankle sore. I still need y'all to get this
For sure. Listen, I said from the beginning of the year, one of my New Year's resolutions was focus on building a team. You cannot do it by yourself.
You should want to.
And that's what I've been doing. And I said it from the gate with this whole podcast thing. I was telling my engineers, I can't do it by myself. They wanted me to do the whole show by myself. It's impossible.
Yeah, no. And with the team, focus on your role.
Yeah, for sure. That's another thing.
If you the center and you getting the rebounds, don't worry about bringing the ball up.
And that goes into your decision making. You have to stay connected with people that's comfortable with their role, and that plays a big role.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying? Because you got the egos could get a little crazy, and that person's not meant for you. You gotta believe in energy. If the energy is bad, it ain't for you, man.
Energy is a way of life. That's like, I don't like speaking too much about religion, but that's like the Indian religion.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's gonna find you good, bad, or ugly. I mean, bad energy. You gotta take the good with the bad in life. Period. So I don't care how much of a saint you are. Bad shit is gonna happen. Yeah. But energy, definitely.
And what made it beautiful with me and him is a couple things that he brought up in a couple of other interviews me and him had. Mm-hmm. The respect is there.
Yeah, I can see it.
It's the respect is on 10. Me and him, right? It's no ego and this and that. Like the respect is there.
With each other. You want to speak on this? It's very transparent. Right. No inferiorness.
Right.
You can't be inferior. You comfortable. Listen.
Right.
This is what it is. This is how the machine is going to be in motion by me playing this role. So that when you understand that, it's hard to find that though.
It's hard to find it. So that's why when you get it, you got to hold on to it and cherish it, because it could take you 5-8 years to find that.
Everybody can't be Michael Jackson. It got to be a Tito and Jermaine. Everybody couldn't be Mike. And listen, that's what made the Jackson 5 what it was.
Yes.
I did Temptations. I love Temptations. I appreciate all of their voices.
Yes.
Not just David, not just Eddie.
Yes.
Not just Paul. I'm with, I like Blue too, man.
Yes.
So everybody got a part to play.
Everybody got a role to play.
I think Juwan Howard, they got championships, man. They got rings.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck that. He had a picture holding the ball, so I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
As we close it out, man, final thoughts, man. What's next for Nothing But Love? What's next for Momi? Anything else y'all want to let the people know what y'all got going on?
Well, for me, look out for the website. The website is the way to go. I was blessed when I came out during COVID. People would give you their Cash App and Zelle like that, especially Cash App. Now, I think they call it cyber scamming.
Yeah, scam them.
No one wants to give you their Cash App.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Absolutely nobody.
They saw what happened to him.
Because they could tap into your whole bank account. I see the plummet in sales from my Cash App people. Everyone still do Zelle, but ultimately the website is the way to go. I'm just a little busy, you know what I'm saying, because it's a process and putting it together. But once I get the website, it's over. So look out for the website.
Yeah, as far as me just pushing the brand, you know what I'm saying, nothing but love, you know what I'm saying, giving good content to the people,
right?
You know what I'm saying, and just good stories and just
we
going hard. You know
definitely.
We're going digital, baby. That's what we doing.
Definitely good storylines. And you gotta. Me and him sharpen our skills with you gotta turn into a journalist with this.
Oh, definitely.
So you have to have an eye for who has a story. Yes, because not everybody has a story, and everybody has a different format. Because everybody wants to be their own producer. You get different opinions from different people, and this person is a producer all of a sudden, that person. But me and him pretty much got our formula of what we want to do. You might give us some opinions or whatever, but we pretty much got our formula, and we're looking for those stories. Sometimes you gotta look deep. Sometimes the stories is right in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
You getting them people who like Listen, man, Don Diva, like, I'm
Yeah.
talking, I get OGs.
Yeah, for sure. And
That's
it's a
like-
relationship.
And OGs ain't coming, they're not just sitting on
Yeah.
It's
your
just the beginning. We got some people on
Oh,
top.
we-
I can already
A
tell.
lot of
Oh, we got
on
some
top.
people coming.
I can
Yeah.
start looking at y'all, you know, y'all catalog, y'all substance.
Yeah.
It's like, it's real.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it's like, you know, people don't got no choice, but there's only so long you can box out the real. I feel like y'all are like the
And the people are the judge. They're the judge.
They're gonna get
They're the fact checkers, like I said. You know what I'm
100%.
saying?
It's out
So-
there. The information is there.
Absolutely.
Go to the library, which is, you know, our libraries and land.
So-
Exactly.
They gonna,
I'm gonna keep it real for the viewers. So there was a person that is about to come on our show. I ain't gonna say the name yet. So
oh man,
we
secret.
straight up popped up at his doorstep. Now you know when you pop up at people's doorstep, right? But there's a relationship there.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I want to emphasize that.
Yeah.
There's a relationship there, years of relationship, but we never been to this dude house. But we popped up. But sometimes you got to get aggressive
Trick or
like that.
treat.
You got to get aggressive like that
Yeah.
to get what you want. Me and him was like Magnum PI, like out here driving, like what's the address and all
Where
that.
you want this
You know what
shit?
I'm saying? Yeah. So we popped up, came out. He was talking to us, gave him the introduction, what it is, want you on the show, and he was so comfortable. He was like, "Oh, come in my house," and then the rest is history.
That's energy. That
Right.
initial reaction,
Yeah.
there's no threat here. It's love.
Right,
Nothing but
right,
love.
right,
Nothing but
right.
love.
Nothing but love, nothing but love.
Yeah.
So you gotta put work into the journalism part and seeing who has a story. And like I said, some stories is in front of you. You gotta really look real deep, do deep research too.
Mhm.
You know, this ain't fun and games. This ain't I just seen somebody and let me just bring them on. Nah.
That makes sense.
It's relationships, doing research on certain people, and then going out there and getting them. That's like a 3-step thing. That's very serious.
Absolutely, because these people are interested in it. I don't care what level of life you make it to. We always want to know the history.
That's a whole fact.
I don't give a fuck if you EYL, gazillionaire.
Because
you in
it can
London.
inspire somebody.
You want to, these
Their story can inspire.
And you got to make them comfortable too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got to be able to like talk
Yeah.
to them and make
Yeah.
them feel like, okay, it's all right to come to your show.
Yeah.
And that's
You know what
another
I'm saying?
thing, you know, when people
And for them to cancel too, because sometimes they cancel.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can't get offended if they cancel.
Yeah, you can't get offended.
Just try again.
Yeah,
Can't get
offended.
absolutely.
So that's a lot of things.
Because I was mad at somebody the other day. I ain't gonna say no name.
You always do.
Very popular person and shit.
Yeah.
Canceled on me. I was so disgusted.
I should have this.
Yeah. Shit.
I see you got a bag here. What's going on, man? This ain't no. This ain't
Well, we bring
this ain't
gifts.
rush hour
We
with
bring
the bars.
gifts.
You walked into
Momi
the police
clothing.
station.
Brought my man a gift from Momi
What we
clothing.
got going on,
Got
man?
your Momi
damn.
hat. Got your Momi. Got your Momi
If you
t-shirt.
know when it comes to
Got your Momi
T-shirt.
t-shirt. Hold on.
Okay.
And we also gave you the Nothing But Love
T-shirt.
Nothing But Love
That's
t-shirt.
the
and all
little
that.
wrinkle.
Little wrinkle and all that.
Yeah.
I ain't in all that, but
Yeah.
you know.
I just said
Yeah.
I went to Nothing But Love.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
Nothing But Love,
Yeah,
man.
Nothing But Love, man. Nothing But Love. Moment.
And I lost some weight so I can get right up in this thing.
Yeah.
I look like Morris Chestnut. when I put it on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing But
that's
Love.
love, man.
Yeah,
Nothing But
Momi
Love.
clothing. Word.
Listen,
Yeah.
well, to wrap it up, you said you got the website coming.
Yeah, website
Until
coming.
then, what's your social media platforms where they can find you at?
You could go to Instagram, type in Momi Clothing Line, Momi Clothing Line, right on Instagram. You can follow me also on Money Mike 1996 and on my Facebook, Michael Hunt.
And mine's is Mainoevent. That's MAINOVENT _.
That's great.
Yeah.
96 about.
I got named, a dude from the Bronx named me Money Mike in 1996.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
look,
And it stuck with me.
nothing's normal. Nothing but love, man. This is the first time, but it won't be the last time I interact with these brothers. You're
Yes,
gonna see
yeah.
me doing
For
a
sure.
lot of
Appreciate you, bro.
different
For
things.
sure, for sure.
This is love. It's family now.
Yes.
You know,
For
nothing
sure.
but love. Nothing's normal.
Yes.
Signing out.
Yes. Love y'all.
Yo.